Time now for Chamber Talk on a Monday morning. Today's Chamber Talk being brought to us by Everybody's Whole Foods here in Fairfield. And as we do every Monday, we welcome Detra Dettmann in the studios. Good morning, Detra. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. I'm great, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful weekend in downtown Fairfield, the proverbial Chamber of Commerce weekend.
Yes, exactly. First Fridays was fantastic. Lots of buzz around the square. And then yesterday I was actually out of town for our son's graduation from Coe College in Cedar Rapids. So it was a beautiful outdoor ceremony as well.
The one thing I didn't get done over the weekend, which I've been looking forward to since October, was Farmers Market.
Oh, yeah.
There was a great crowd Saturday.
Yeah, we
Beautiful.
popped in quick to get some radishes picked up to take to our graduation party.
Yeah, so don't forget to sign up for the Monday morning newsletter. The week that will be comes to your email box by 8 o'clock, 8:30 every Monday morning from the Chamber of Commerce. You can email the chamber at chamber@fairfieldiowa.com. And also check out their website, fairfieldiowa.com as well. Let's jump into what you have on your calendar today.
Yeah, so a couple things we want to highlight that's coming up with the Chamber. First of all, today is our second program called Fairfield Works, which again is our new program we've launched to help connect Fairfield high school students with local businesses. And today, because it's a no school in-service day at the public school, the students that have signed up are going to be touring agri-industrial plastics. And while they're at Agra, they're going to learn about the different careers that are available there. And for any type of student, those that are going right into the workforce from high school to those that maybe are going to pursue a 2-year degree to those that are pursuing maybe a 4-year or advanced degree. And they'll have 2 hours of programming, get a nice tour of the plant, and learn about different internship opportunities. And it will be capped off with some free lunch, probably pizza today for the students.
Well, just for pizza alone is a reason to show up.
Well, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was in the schools pitching this last Thursday to the different students. And again, just to really open their eyes so they're aware of all the different types of jobs opportunities and how to get themselves prepared, as I said, for the job they want and the life they want.
You have another program on Wednesday.
We do. We are tapping into our millennials and our young professionals network, which is a fantastic group that we have here in Fairfield. And they are doing their monthly TED Talks, and the topic is going to be how millennials connect with Fairfield. This will be held over the lunch hour from noon to 1 at Yummy's. Anyone between the ages of 21 to 40 are welcome. And after they discuss the TED Talks videos, which the video is actually titled Millennials, Who They Are and Why We Hate Them. And then they'll have a discussion about connecting millennials to Fairfield, and in particular, what types of programming the Chamber can offer that will be attractive to this group. So
I think what I need is to know exactly who is a millennial. I don't know who they are.
I know I'm not.
Or what they do. I don't think I am either, but I maybe relate to them.
Yeah, so we hope folks will check that out. It's open to anyone, again, in that age group, and you can find out more on our website. They also have a very active Facebook page.
2 weeks from Thursday, you have your next Business After Hours.
We do, again, with Agri-Industrial Plastics. They are celebrating 40 years, and that's going to be on May 25th. And then also looking ahead to June, we'd like to highlight we've got our next Business After Hours on June 7th at Bovard Studio. And that is preceding our Blast Off event, Blast Off Party, Thursday, June 8th. And that will be at the Walton Club in the evening, open to everyone. And we're going to have live music and silent auction and also appetizers and beverages. And then we have the Ladies Blast Off Golf Tournament on Friday, June 9th. And then the men's will be a week later on Friday, June 16th.
Hard to believe that's coming up.
I know,
so
really
quickly,
fast.
So quickly.
We're getting organized with prizes and everything.
We're not even to Memorial Day yet. We'll blink and it'll be gone.
Poof.
Yeah. You have a special guest in the studio today. I'll let you introduce Chris.
I do. We have Chris Davis, and he is here today with, we have new chamber member. Davis and Palmer Real Estate have been members for a long time, but they've got a new venture called Neighborhood Builders and Developers. So good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Can you tell us a little bit about your new LLC and your new project that you've got going on?
Well, Neighborhood Builders and Developers is a group of people, local people here in town, and we developed this area out south of town to build some condominiums. Fairfield has done a survey and need a lot of housing, I guess, so that's kind of what we're shooting for. They're going to be a good quality. The main units will be about 1,260 square feet. Some of the units will have an additional space for another bedroom, which will make them 1,516 square feet. They all have 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 2-car garages. They will be all maintenance free. There'll be a homeowners association to take care of all the maintenance on the properties.
Wonderful. And I saw the groundbreaking was taking place last Tuesday. I was zipping by there and said, yes, that's what's going on.
Yep.
So this is on South Main Street, so down kind of by Pilot Grove?
If you turn in by Casey's there on the east side of Highway 1, it's kind of a horseshoe shape around the Christian church.
Yep.
The first phase will be along Lincoln Court, which is right south of the church, and there'll be 10 units. We're going to try to get those done this year, and then there'll be a phase 2, which will include a new street going back to the north. And that will be done the next year or two, and hopefully a phase 3 that comes on, if things go as planned. Phase 3 will include more units on behind Southgate.
Fantastic. Well, and I think I saw that this is going to include fourplexes, triplexes, and duplexes?
Yeah, there'll be a combination of them all. Some of the units will have, like, say, room for an additional room on the outside, and some of them won't. So,
sure.
And we'll kind of see what the market is wanting to see how we configure the next phases and things like that. So.
Yeah, and right now you've got 3 phases planned, and so you're starting on phase 1, like you said, which is called the Lincoln Court subdivision. And again, this was spurred by, a little shout out for the Chamber. We helped fund a housing needs study back in 2014. And with all of the employers I think that I have talked to, housing continues to be kind of one of those challenges to employment recruitment, and that people have jobs to fill, but people have to have places to live when we get them to move here.
Yeah, that's true. We looked at other towns around the area as well, and Fairfield seemed like the one that had the largest need for this type of a project. So it seemed like it'd be a good fit for the community.
Well, we're so grateful that you've picked us for this development. If people want to learn more, if they're interested in maybe one of these units when they're completed, what's the steps? We're
handling the sales at Davis and Palmer Real Estate. It's on the southeast corner of the square. You can talk to Debbie or myself.
Okay.
Steve Kramer is in charge of the building part of it. We're actually pouring concrete. We poured some last week. We're going to finish up working on the concrete hopefully this week, or continue that process and start framing them up here shortly. They'll be all framed up with 2x6 walls. They'll have 9-foot ceilings. They'll be a little nicer finish, good quality with the cabinets. They'll have the dovetail drawers and the soft close cabinet drawers.
Oh, nice.
So they'll be a good quality project, like something like we'd want to live in.
Absolutely.
It's not just the cheapest thing that you can buy.
Yeah.
And we're starting, the base units are around 157.5.
Okay.
Complete.
Yep.
And the nicer units are 167.5, and then the additional room is in addition to that. So.
Oh, wonderful. Chris,
you mentioned that construction is going now. You hope to have phase 1 finished by the end of the year. I mean, is there a timeline that you're working on?
Well,
it depends on weather. We know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. It depends on the weather, and it also depends on how things are selling. If the quicker we get them sold, the more we're going to start before winter gets here. We're going to try to get. We'd like to get phase 1 finished up this year if possible.
And the number of units in phase 1?
There was 10.
10 units in phase 1.
Two fourplexes and one duplex.
All single story?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Excellent. And just to remind folks that maybe don't know you, as well. So how long have you been in the community?
Well, I've grew up here, so
you're local.
Been here a long time.
Yeah.
Debbie and I have actually been in business since 1978 in the construction business.
Wonderful.
My dad started the real estate business in the mid 60s, and we've had our real estate license since the late 80s. So we took that business over around 2006. So
lots of experience, lots of past success. And so, yeah.
And we're trying to use local contractors as much as possible. And we've got a lot of good local contractors helping us out on the project as well. So.
Fantastic. So again, this is the Neighborhood Builders and Developers that's working on this new subdivision. And if people want more information, then stop by Davis and Palmer Real Estate.
Or they can go to neighborhoodbuildersanddevelopers.com.
Exactly.
It's all spelled out.
Yes, I was, and there would be a link on our website as well at the Chamber, or you can call our office. Yep, nice website. I was checking that out last week.
Thank you.
We're really excited.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Chris, your experience with the facade, downtown facade project, how's that been? Your building has been probably one of the most drastic makeovers.
Yeah, we've had good experience with it so far. The contractor has been real decent to work with. The architect's been good to work with. I can't, of course, you always want it done quicker than it actually gets done, but I'm in the construction business and I understand how things work. But they have, when they're here, they do a good job and get things done, and we're real excited about the changes.
Your building, of course, on the east corner of the square has always been distinctive, but now it's gone back to its original facade, or pretty close to it. It's stunning.
Yeah, we took the old mansard front off that was put on in the early 70s and kind of went back to the original style, and it still has some awnings to go on the front of the building, and a little bit of work around on some of the bump out turrets, some roofing and things like that, and they're going to do some tuck pointing, but other than that, they're pretty well done with it. So.
All right. Well, again, it looks great. Congratulations.
Yep, exciting project. Yep.
Got a lot of things going on
Yeah.
these days.
That's right.
So wonderful. Well, thanks for coming in this morning.
You bet.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. Nice seeing you. All right, let's jump into your calendar this week.
All right, boy, you can tell that we're getting closer to summer. Things are really ramping up. So just a reminder again, today we've got the Fairfield Works with the high school students at Agri-Industrial Plastics from 10 a.m. to noon. Also today we've got, in the afternoon, another kind of career-related activity. This one's put on by Extension, and this is College and Career Exploration Fair, happening out at the fairgrounds in the Cambridge Learning Center from 2 to 4 p.m. It's open to all area high school youth, and there you'll have a chance to speak with representatives from various colleges and various folks in different careers. Also, we've got a blood drive at Noah's Ark Foundation this afternoon from 3 to 5:30 p.m. And the art portfolio for kids ages 7 and up. This was a 10-week course that's continuing from 4:30 to 5:30 at the Gojindi Cafe at the Rec Center. Moving ahead to tomorrow, on Tuesday, we have an ambassador visit with Pickle Creek Herbs at their new tasting room and gift shop. I've enjoyed Pickle Creek products for a long time. They're infused oils. First got to know them through the farmers market and also in my previous job working with Buy Fresh, Buy Local. But our ambassadors will be visiting them at 10:30 a.m. and I had a sneak peek in their new tasting room, which is located at 104 South 3rd Street. So people are welcome to stop in there as well. We also have a blood drive tomorrow at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds in the Activities Building from 2 to 7 p.m. And there is also a blood drive at the Batavia Senior Center from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Come to Supper continues, which happens twice a month at First Lutheran Church, which is a free meal open to anyone from 6 to 7 p.m. And again, First Lutheran Church is the church at 201 West Briggs. And open mic night at the Hideaway Pub, located at 113 and a half North Court from 7 to 10 p.m. On Wednesday, we've got another blood drive. I don't think I had any last week, so a lot going on this week. So Wednesday morning at the Fairfield High School, 9:30 to 2 p.m. And I remember that was when I very first gave blood, was at my high school a few years ago, and got me started to be a donor. Also, a reminder about the How Millennials Connect with Fairfield, the TED Talks from noon to 1 p.m. at Yummy's on Wednesday. Again, anyone ages 21 to 40, welcome to participate in that. The Powerful Tool for Caregivers series continues at the Extension office from 1:30 to 3 p.m. And this is the 5th of the 6 sessions being offered on this topic. The first Wednesday outdoor market of the season, Fairfield Farmers Outdoor Market, 3 to 6 p.m. at Howard Park. And also the Fairfield Economic Development Association is having their job fair at the Convention Center from 3 to 6 p.m. And the event is free of charge to both companies and job seekers. So if you're interested, you can reach out to us and we'll get you in contact with FIDA, or you can contact them directly. And also on Wednesday night, dog obedience practice at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds from 6 to 8 p.m. On Thursday, we've got an ambassador visit with another new chamber member, Midwest Tree Service. They're at 407 West Burlington Avenue. They've got a pretty visible spot there. And that will be at 9 a.m., so we'll learn more about what they're doing. And at the Best Western on Thursday evening, there is a Blue Ribbon Comedy Tours Sonia White. And so that program is happening at 7 p.m. at the Best Western. It says White's observational comedy is enhanced by dead-on impersonations and appropriate sound effects. Both her comedy stage show and her one-woman show, Airing Dirty Laundry, are based on real-life experiences and her fond but irreverent interactions with friends, family, and the world at large. So that'll be a fun opportunity to take that in. There's also salsa making and freezing happening at the Extension office from 5:30 to 9 p.m. And an open So Awesome, that's SEW, at the Makerspace. And this is kind of a new space that's on campus at MUM. And their theme is to share, create, and relate. So during the open sew, you can bring your sewing projects, and it's a nice chance to interact with other makers during that time. They're in room 141 in the old science wing behind MUM Library, or at 505 Dimmick Drive. And the So Awesome program is from 1 to 5 p.m., or you can come from 4 to 8 p.m. On Friday, another ambassador visit at Jefferson County Cider Works, their beautiful facility outside of town. And that's at 5 p.m. And also on Friday night is a free screening of the movie Hidden Figures. And again, at the library at 7 p.m. Fantastic film, and especially, I think, for those of us with daughters. It was a great movie. I took my daughter to in the theaters several weeks ago. On Saturday, May 13th, we've got Warbler watching for those that like to get up early, 6:30, because that's when the warblers are out. Or if you need to sleep in, you can come in at 8:30. And this will be at shelter number 3 at the Jefferson County Park, which is the shelter by the big pond. And I know, having taken ornithology and bird study back in college, this is the time of year the warblers are coming through. So it's fun to check them out during the migration, especially with folks that can point out what they are, all the different species. Also, the outdoor market continues at Howard Park from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Neff Wetland dedication, this is with the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, is taking place at 11 a.m. at Lamson Woods. And again, another opportunity with the SEW Awesome at the Makerspace from the same time frame from 1 to 5 p.m. or 4 to 8 p.m. And also on Saturday is the American Cancer Society Relay for Life Ties and Tiaras, the Daddy-Daughter Dance at the Fairfield Arts Convention Center from 6 to 8 p.m. Lastly, on Sunday, it's Mother's Day, so don't forget your mom.
Lastly? It should be lastly, shouldn't it?
Well, that's the last event for the upcoming week.
All right.
So
that's our Chamber Talk here on a Monday morning. Lots to do and lots to see. And again, go to fairfieldiowa.com or sign up for the weekly newsletter at chamber at fairfieldiowa.com as well. Today's Chamber Talk being brought to us by everybody's Chris. Detra, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's time for a look at the markets with the Brownfield Radio Network here on 1570 KMCD.